get your popcorn ready as we talk about ball. Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, and it's on. Get your popcorn ready as we talk about ball. Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, and it's on. And it's on. And it's on.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and you are listening to the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, the place to find my raw and uncut in podcast form. And Cowboys Nation, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I feel there's a little slowdown within Cowboys Nation. I feel that the fan base of the Dallas Cowboys has become a little satisfied after this George Pickens trade. Like, we done sat down and we had a full belly, we done had so much to eat. Now we unbuttoning our pants and everything, and we are satisfied. Nah, fam, not this man, not me. I am still hungry. I'm still waiting for more dogs in free agency, and then I'll officially eat the turkey leg and drink the Kool-Aid. But I love the optimism when it comes to this whole George Pickens trade. I'm loving the optimism from Cowboys Nation. The thing is, talking heads are going to automatically call the Dallas Cowboys contenders off this one move. Before George Pickens, the Dallas Cowboys were talked about as being able to squeeze like 8 or 9 victories out this year. With the George Pickens trade, they're now considering the Dallas Cowboys a top contender in the NFC East to win the NFC East championship this year and to go on a deep playoff run. The thing is, Cowboys Nation, I still see glaring holes within this team that really need to be addressed before we can even take the field this season. Wide receiver 2 was definitely one of those positions that needed addressing, and they did a great job in acquiring a great talent at the wide receiver 2 position in George Pickens. He is definitely what is needed opposite CeeDee Lamb. He's also a player that could be a wide receiver 1 in this league. And I'll give Jerry Jones his credit. I'll give him his props for the trade because there couldn't have been a better time than now for them to trade for a great wide receiver who is in a contract year. This brother has to go out and ball out of control in order to get a hefty contract from any NFL team. And I hate to tell you this, Cowboys Nation, but George Pickens is a glorified rental for the Dallas Cowboys this year. He is a win-now type of acquisition because Jerry and Stephen Jones aren't going to pay George Pickens $30 to $38 million a year next year. Even if he balls out, Jerry is not going to extend this man. I hope you guys don't look forward to it because I feel it's not going to happen. This is a one-year rental that has to prove that he deserves the big bucks in the NFL, and the Dallas Cowboys get to benefit from him proving that. Great move on Jerry Jones's part. Not only that, but it'll give the Dallas Cowboys a 2027 compensatory pick. If he balls out, and he probably will, the Dallas Cowboys will get a 3rd-round compensatory pick if they allow him to walk out the door in 2026, which means the Dallas Cowboys could double up at that pick 3 in 2027. We may have lost our 3rd-round pick in 2026, but when you're in win-now mode, you may have to sacrifice a little draft capital in exchange for some great quality players. But let's keep it a buck, Cowboys Nation. Jerry Jones wasn't lying this time, was he? He said he was working on a trade with an NFC North team, and it came to fruition. He was actually working on the trade, Cowboys Nation. I am pretty shocked. I'm truly shocked by this whole thing. But this type of move is a needle mover for me. With how they used the draft this year, as well as adding proven players during free agency, I can only give Jerry and Stephen Jones their props because they're doing what Cowboys Nation has asked them to do for years. Build a team around Dak Prescott. They're finally building that Dak-friendly team we've all been talking about for years. Now, I know what some people are going to say. I know what you're going to say in the comment section. Well, we've had a Dak-friendly team before, and we wasn't able to win with that. I would agree with you. We have had Dak-friendly pieces on this team, and we have fallen short. Get over it. But I feel that Brian Schottenheimer is a Dak-friendly coach, a coach that knows how to put his quarterback in a position, a coach that knows what type of pieces that this quarterback needs in order to succeed. I have witnessed this during this offseason with the moves this front office has been making and the impact that Brian Schottenheimer has had on this team so far. I am loving what I see, Cowboys Nation. But let's not disguise the George Pickens trade as an all-in move by Jerry Jones. This was a smart move by Jerry Jones, a way to get a very good to great player at a cheap price. George Pickens will only account for like $3 million against the cap this year. Cheaper than Amari Cooper, cheaper than DK Metcalf, cheaper than Deebo Samuels, cheaper than Keenan Allen, but can be as effective or even more effective than those players. But Jerry doesn't have to commit to Pickens after this year, and we all know Jerry is the king of the one-year rental. So, really, if you truly think about it, Cowboys Nation, this trade was a no-brainer for Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. This is a win-win for the Dallas Cowboys. If something happens and we got to get rid of George Pickens, we would only be eating a $3 million cap hit as opposed to a $15 million cap hit for some other wide receiver. And I don't want us to get it twisted, Cowboys Nation. This is not Cowboys Nation's all-in move by Jerry Jones. Plus, I honestly feel that being all-in requires more than just one move, more than just one player, Cowboys Nation. Even though Pickens is a needle mover, he's not a player that solely will get the Dallas Cowboys over the hump. The Dallas Cowboys have more holes that needed to be filled on the defensive side of the ball. If Jerry and Stephen Jones continues to shrink the talent gap between the starters and the backups, get a great quality veteran at one tech, and then we'll see the all-in formula start to take shape. But y'all let me know what y'all feel. Does this trade for George Pickens make the Dallas Cowboys contenders this upcoming season? Let's go ahead and talk about it in the comments section. But if you're digging this content and want to help the Angry Cowboys fan reach its goal of 10,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and you want to see our dynamic duo of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens just go to work on these defensive backs, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, or Madden 25 or College Football 25 gameplay. And Angry Cowboys fan family, I truly appreciate your patience when it comes to me, and y'all know what I'm doing down here in North Carolina. I truly appreciate your patience and your prayers for my brother. I pray to God that this procedure is what he needs, just what the doctor ordered in order for him to be able to take his dialysis normally and be able to live a happy, healthy life. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. We're going to be going live while I'm down here too. But I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.